Hey there, I'm just looking at this latest announcement about student debt cancellation from Uncle Joe Biden here. And there was something that was not mentioned, which I thought was equally important to comment on, and then just give you my overall take on what this really means for you if you have student or parent loans. So, just the other day, I think this is on the 20th, the press release went out that they're trying to cancel student loans for approximately 55,000 public service workers, provided that they have made 120 consecutive monthly payments at least. It's going to result in several $billion worth of loan forgiveness. It is unclear to me, as a recovering attorney, whether this is actually going to fly and be upheld. We've been talking about this on our show, College Coffee Talk, which is on Facebook, about the types of Santa Claus gifts that the administration is trying to give to people. And look, on one hand, I'm on both sides of this issue, honestly. On one hand, as someone who paid off more than $100,000 worth of loans myself between undergrad and law school, I'm very sensitive to the fact that now, as a taxpayer, I'm being asked to help out other people. And I really relate to the argument that all these people in the United States, which is the majority, who did not go to any type of college and did not take out any types of student loans, being forced to cough up money to help this, this huge problem. On the other hand, I'm a college advisor, and we do a lot of work on financial aid, and I've got 4 kids of my own, and I really see the issues with staggering amounts of debt. But the whole thing to me seems like it's a chicken and the egg thing. I think the ability to get money so easily, to take out student loans and frankly parent loans, is so easy that it causes the colleges to have no incentive to rein in costs because they know they're going to get paid no matter what, because you can't discharge student loans in bankruptcy. So I feel like all this does is make it easier for people to go to college because they're like, well, I'll never have to pay. Maybe I'll get my loans forgiven. And therefore, it gives colleges, again, the incentive to continue to jack up their costs. So that's kind of annoying. The other thing I wanted to point out, though, I'm reading from a different notice here, is that there were 2 other provisions regarding student loan forgiveness that the Biden administration withdrew. One of those was originally supposed to waive all or part of any student loan debts owed to the department based on the secretary's determination that a borrower has experienced or is experiencing hardship related to such a loan. I remember seeing that proposal and thinking, how are they going to determine that, and what type of crazy fraud and schemes are going to come out of that type of provision? Just like all the COVID borrowing and the cash for clunkers and all the other programs that has initiated to forgive debts or to give out these Christmas type gifts. The other provision that was in play, but just recently withdrawn, would have allowed the Secretary of Education to waive repayment of various categories of outstanding amounts. Right. It's very broad. I don't think those would have flown at all, but they decided, this is a separate announcement, the Department of Education decided to withdraw efforts to get those 2 things passed. So kind of a mixed bag, mixed news. One gets covered by the New York Times and mainstream media, and one doesn't. Here's the bottom line. College is, we all know, super expensive, but you don't have to, there's no law that says that you've got to pay full price. Paying full price is a choice, not an obligation. Yes, you have to pay tuition, but you don't have to leave a tip. So if you understand that most colleges out there are bargainers, that is the vast majority of, maybe not the, I was going to say maybe not the top 30 colleges, but we've also negotiated with Ivy League colleges as well. But if you understand that the majority of colleges admit more than 50%, they are very interested / desperate in finding a way to fill their seats. So it's, for most of the colleges in the United States, it's a buyer's market, not a seller's market. So you can negotiate and you can identify colleges that compete with each other so that you can play them off against each other. So you don't have to pay a full price. That is like I said, that's a choice, not an obligation. In fact, the average tuition discount for a private college nationally is more than 56%, according to the National Association of Collegiate Business Officers. So again, there's a whole lot of bargaining and wheeling and dealing going on. It's like a flea market. There's haggling, used car, whatever the analogy is. That's the best defense against crazy student and parent loans. It's a good offense, understanding that you don't have to pay full price. All right, that's all I have for you this morning. If you find this information valuable, I encourage you to like and subscribe and to share, because that'll help get this word out to people who just don't get exposed to this type of information and advice. Have a good one. Bye-bye.